Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Ina and today we're checking out the last episode of Chernobyl. I am here for it. Now, the last episode was extremely hard for me to watch, like extremely. I was planning on checking out the last two episodes together, but episode 4, it was so heavy that I just needed a break, but it's been a couple of days and I'm ready to check out the last episode and I'm very excited to check out everything that happens with the story. Now, before we get into the episode, I just want to mention once again that I am originally from Ukraine. I was born in a town called Chernobyl. I was born after all of this happened. However, I know some people, including my mom and an uncle of mine, that did work in the aftermath of everything that happened with Chernobyl. Specifically, my mom, she helped building the new constructions, the new buildings in the Zhytomyr area for the Chernobyl people, and as well as in another area, but I can't remember what it was. And my uncle, he actually worked in Chernobyl after all the events happened. I don't know exactly when or what he did, but I know that it was there, so it's kind of crazy to me. I just want to leave this out there so you know how special and close to me Chernobyl is, even if I didn't live all of this directly. These are my people, like it's literally my people, and yeah, it's kind of heavy for me to watch this series. Of course, I am informed in the historical elements of everything that happened in Chernobyl, but I feel like this series has given me a very good insight on some things that I never considered and some things that I never paid attention to, like all the decision-making process and how people felt in the moment. Like the dogs, like I knew kind of about the dogs, but just that episode was freaking crazy. So yeah, if I look surprised, it's just because it's the emotional load of everything that comes with the series, but I am quite informed on the historical data, even though I don't think that I know that much regarding the legal side of what happened. We kind of had a spoiler in the first episode, but yeah, I'm quite curious to learn more, and I hope that we will know more in this episode. I am yapping way too much, sorry about that. Let's just start the episode. Let's get into this one. Is this Kiev, I wonder? It's definitely not Chernobyl because there are cars and people playing on the roads. I had been to Kiev only once while I was like, I think 6 years old. I don't remember much. Why do I have a feeling that maybe this is Chernobyl before the blast? It's the right episode, right? Yeah, episode 5. Ludmila. No, okay, weird. Oh, Priyat, yeah. 12 hours before the explosion. Yeah, you can see everything there in the background. Priyat.
Promotion's very likely. Naturally, they'll put me in charge once it's gone, and then I'll need someone to take my old job.
I would like to be considered.
Comrade Dyatlov's been working per my instructions, and Reactor 4 output's been reduced to 1600 megawatts. With your approval, we're ready to continue lowering power to...
You have to wait. Are you going to ask me if there's a problem, Nikolai? 3 years I've tried to finish this test. 3 years.
I cannot stand the man and the attitude.
Everyone's working overtime. The factories need power. Someone's pushing down from above. Not that we'll ever know who.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have to scrap it or what?
No, I don't think so.
I'm running at half power. We're not going to have stability issues.
No, I should think...
I'm not asking you.
We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. We'll proceed then. I'll personally supervise the test, and it will be completed.
Call me when it's done.
The theme was test. Moscow, March 87. Okay, so it's been pretty much a year. Oh, hello. KGB? That's the only thing that I can think about. Oh.
How do you feel? You went to the doctor yesterday. How is your health?
You don't know?
From Vienna. Do you read German? At last, a Soviet scientist who tells the truth. Turns out you're quite good at this.
At what? Lying.
Statecraft, Legasov. The West is now satisfied that Chernobyl was solely the result of operator error, which it essentially was. We have you to thank for that.
Oh,
we intend to.
Oh, no. This I didn't know. I didn't know what he was gonna do in the end at the conference.
Our highest honor.
Promotion to director of the Kurchatov Institute. I'm humbled.
I don't think there's anything humble about you, Valery Alexeyevich. And these rewards are not yours yet.
Comrade Charkov, I understand my duty to the state.
But you gave us assurances reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial.
That's so messed up. No.
We will have our hero. We will have our truth.
Ooh.
After that, we can deal with the reactors.
No, do it now. Like, if something similar happens again tomorrow, you got the same situation in another place. Like, that's freaking urgent. He must be so guilty for that. Ooh. I think that it's quite clear now that he has some type of cancer. I mean, he knew that it was gonna happen in a span of 5 years, right? He said it. Scared me.
Now let's talk about Vienna. I'm not here to scold you. I know how the world works, despite what Shabina says.
Why are you here?
Because I'm brutally stubborn.
Chokov is saying they're going to fix the reactors after the trial.
Do you believe him?
No.
The state will never willingly fix the reactors because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced.
How do you do that?
At the trial, you're going to tell the truth.
The jury's already been handed their verdict.
I'm not talking about them.
Who?
The Central Committee have invited members of the scientific community to observe the trial. They will be sitting in the crowd listening to every word you say. A jury that only we know is there. And when your testimony arrives at the moment of the explosion...
Do you know what happened to Volkov? They just removed him from his position at the Institute.
Of course they did.
Why?
Because you're Valery Legasov and you mean something. I'd like to think that if I spoke out, it would be enough. But I know how the world works.
They will shoot me. Khomyuk.
These are the ones who are still alive. These are the ones who are dead. They died rescuing each other, putting out fires. They simply did what had to be done.
So have I. I went willingly to an open reactor. So I've already given my life. Isn't that enough?
No, I'm sorry, but it is not.
Gosh, she has the guts. She's right. We all know that she's right. But it's a tough decision. Like, we cannot blame him for not wanting to do that. Like, it's tough. Like, there's nothing else that can be said. I'm so sorry that they had to go through this. I don't know if he's actually gonna do it, to be honest, because we know that he makes the tapes with the truth in the end, right? Chernobyl. July 87. So they're still going back to it. I thought that at this point, like, after doing everything that had to be done, like, it would be closed for forever. But I thought that, like, nobody would go there.
This session of court is now open. Indictments: Anatoly Dyatlov, Nikolai Fomin.
Hearing these names again.
The state calls witnesses Comrade Khomyuk of the Belarusian Nuclear Institute, Comrade Legasov, and Comrade Boris Yevdokimovich Sherbina.
Ooh, I really want to see this trial. I really want to.
It began with, of all things, a safety test. Why was there need for a safety test at all? Reactor number 4 was not new when the accident occurred. In fact, it went into operation on December 20th, 1983.
83, so for 3 years.
On the last day of the year, plant director Viktor Brukhanov signed this document, the completion of the construction of the reactor. As a result of finishing the work before the end of the year, Comrade Brukhanov was awarded Hero of Socialist Labor.
Oh, I didn't know these.
But the work was not finished, and this document was a lie.
That's a big accusation.
All safety tests had to have been successfully completed, and yet one remained.
Oh, it's so messed up. I thought that it was a routine check.
What if the power feeding the plant itself is disrupted? The pumps cannot move water through the core, and without water, the core overheats, the fuel melts down. In short, a nuclear disaster. Brukhanov knew that the problem was not solved at all. The backup generators took approximately 1 minute to reach the speed required to power the pump.
And that's too much, right?
It would be too late.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that I didn't know this. I kind of had a misconception. I thought that the safety check the safety test that they had to do was a routine thingy, because like I feel like everybody knows that it all started with the safety test, right? But I thought that that was something like that maybe they had to do every 6 months or so to make sure that everything works fine. But no, it was never done since the power plant was built. Like it was supposed to be done before it was even operational. Did I get that right? That's so messed up. Ah, isn't that selfish? Like, that's so freaking selfish, if I got that correct. Wow.
What if the dying turbine could keep the pumps working long enough to bridge the 60-second gap until the generators came on?
Oh, he's sick too, of course.
But a test is only as good as the men carrying it out.
Ooh.
The third time they tried, they failed. Oh. The fourth time they tried was
Disaster.
April 26, 1986.
So the test was done already several times and it failed every single time? That's what you're telling me?
To understand what happened that night, we have to go back 10 hours earlier, April 25th, the day the test was meant to take place. By 2 in the afternoon, the reactor has been lowered by half. Before they can proceed, there is a phone call. They are asking for a 10-hour delay, the first link in the chain of disaster. Competent management would have insisted on cancelling the test. These 3 men allowed it to proceed.
Oh my God.
It created 2 problems. One of them is scientific in nature, and the other is very human.
I knew about the human.
At midnight, there is a shift change.
And the people that arrived were not competent enough, which is not their fault. Like, they weren't trained for this, and management still had them do it, right?
You know the test they're supposed to run, turbine rundown, they tried it last year. They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they've given it to us. We don't know what...
Exactly.
Just looking at the instructions now. Are we supposed to do those or not?
Yeah, they're cancelled out. How do you know if you're supposed to do them or not? What the hell?
I've been cleared to run the test. 1600, good. Is it too much to ask that you all know what you're doing?
I haven't reviewed it. We only just found out
There, review it. Or you can just do what I tell you. I think even you, stupid as you are, can manage that.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand him. I can't. Like, how can you be that rude? Come on. Ah!
This is not good. Shut the f up and do
You
your
shut
job.
the f up. You're rude.
Topped off.
Dude.
Reducing power to 700.
I want you to think of Yuri Gagarin. I want you to imagine that all he has is a list of instructions that he has never seen before, some of which have been crossed out. This is exactly what was happening in the control room of Reactor 4. And his total experience on the job, 4 months.
It's chilling. What is he gonna do now?
Comrade Legasov.
This must be such a stressful moment for him. I wonder if he already decided or if he's gonna, you know, decide on the spot. Oh. Look at the camera shaking. Wow, the director made an excellent job there.
I'm pleased to see some of my colleagues here from the Kurchatov Institute and Minenergo.
Oh, acknowledging them right away.
You need to be a nuclear scientist to understand what happened at Chernobyl. The reactivity which generates power either goes up or it goes down.
Okay.
All the operators do is maintain balance. As uranium atoms split apart and collide, reactivity goes up. But if you don't balance the reactivity, it never stops rising. So, boron control rods. They reduce reactivity.
Oh, I was like, where is that guy running?
Cool water takes heat out of the system. As it does, it turns to steam, or what we call a void. In an RBMK reactor of the type used at Chernobyl, there's something called a positive void coefficient. It means that the more steam present within the system, the higher the reactivity, which means more steam, which means...
Yada, 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 yeah.
We have a vicious cycle on our hands. Control rods and water reduce it. Steam increases it. The rise in temperature reduces it.
I mean, even if you're not a scientist, he's right. Like, it's quite easy to understand. I really want to see where he's going with this now.
That powers entire cities without smoke or flame. And it is beautiful.
Aww.
when things are normal. It breaks down into a new element, xenon. Xenon reduces reactivity. This is the poison Comrade Homyuk mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Because of the delay for 10 hours, the xenon did not burn away.
Oh.
Poisoning the core. We're starting to lose balance.
I had no idea.
28 minutes past midnight, in less than an hour, it will explode. If you can't understand how a stalled nuclear reactor could lead to an explosion, I don't blame you. But as it turned out, the men who didn't understand it either.
Oh, what a burn! What a burn!
We're following protocol for reduction rate.
You're procrastinating. 10 other men in this plant would have done it already.
I hate the man. Whenever he speaks, I get mad. This is when things start going wrong, right? Okay, it's lowering, it's going down.
Ease it down to 700.
Is this when it starts rising? Oh my gosh, it's dropping a lot. What do you do now? You go get him. He's supposed to be the expert, right?
Right, switch off local automatic control. Go to global.
LAC disabled, global control activated.
Oh, it's still dropping. It's dropping like crazy.
What did you do? I did what you said. I switched. Look at it!
I apologize for this unsatisfactory result.
They're more scared of the man than consequences for the reactor.
We have to shut down by 24 hours.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
We can't raise the power from here.
The rules don't say 50. There is.
I'm so mad.
But what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
I'm
no. I won't do it. It isn't safe.
He's gonna do it on his own.
Safety first. Been saying that for 25 years. Is that longer than you, Akimov? And you with your mother's tit barely out your mouth?
What the hell?
Raise the power.
I'm not even saying anything. Like
I would like you to record your
someone's
command.
lapped him.
Raise the power.
Oh no! This is just painful to watch. The arrogance of these men.
I wasn't in the room when they raised the power.
If you weren't there, then where were you?
Legasov, you are a witness, not a prosecutor. I will ask the questions here.
Oh, what?
If you weren't in the room, then where were you?
What a bastard!
The toilet.
The toilet.
What a liar!
Comrade Homyuk interviewed everyone who was in the control room that night. They all told the same story. I knew what Dyatlov ordered was wrong, but if I didn't do what he said, I would be fired. Leonid Toptinov, one day before he died, he ordered them to raise the power. This is a fact.
Oh, I'm happy that he's being grounded. Oh, good job, good job. Wow, I'm surprised.
Court is now in recess.
Oh, he's so sick, poor Boris.
Do you know anything about this town? The Jews were killed in pogroms, and Stalin forced the Poles out. And then the Nazis came and killed whoever was left.
Oh.
But after the war, people came to live here anyway, soaked in blood, but they didn't care. No one ever thinks it's going to happen to them.
That's so true. He is sick. Not surprised.
Maybe a year. They call it a long illness. It doesn't seem very long to me. I know you told me and I believed you.
Still.
I wasted it all for nothing. For nothing. Do you remember that morning when I first called you? How unconcerned I was. I don't believe much that comes out of the Kremlin, but when they told me they were putting me in charge, and they said it wasn't serious, I believed them. You know why? Because they put you in charge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You believe what you want to believe.
I'm an inconsequential man, Valera. That's all I've ever been. I hoped that one day I would matter, but I didn't. I just stood next to people who did.
Oh.
Any one of them could have done what I did. But you, everything we asked for.
Lunar rovers. Who else could have done these things?
He has a point.
They heard me, but they listened to you. Of all the ministers and all the deputies, they mistakenly sent the one good man. For God's sakes, Boris, you were the one who mattered most.
Oh my gosh. Oh, he definitely needed to hear these words, didn't he? Oh. I think that there's quite some symbolism there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gosh, that look in his face. Ooh.
They do not yet know it, but the die is cast. Xenon is still being created, but none of it is burning away. The reactor isn't hot enough to produce sufficient steam. The only way to safely raise power from this state is to do it very, very slowly over the course of 24 hours.
But that's not what happens.
They begin pulling control rods out. Control rods are the brakes on this car. Of 211 rods, only 6 now remain in the reactor.
Only 6.
The best they can do is raise the power to 200 megawatts. The only thing keeping the reactor in check is water and xenon. It's 1 in the morning. The test is minutes away.
Still here, Chuck. Let's get ready. Switch on pump 4.
Oh, wait a second.
We should warn Adam, Chuck. The pipes are going to be jumping.
Never mind him. Kurt.
Oh my god. Oh.
Too low, 5 atmospheres.
All right, let's all help him. Get it up as best you can.
That's not a good sound to hear.
We should stop.
Turn that thing off. You have 15 minutes.
They may as well have had 15 days. Problem they were facing was not solvable. All he wanted to do was report a completed test. Voronozhenko, high above the 1,000-ton steel reactor cover.
Oh, that's where the explosion happens, right?
None of them have been told about the test. None of them know what is about to happen. At 1:20...
How can you not tell them? How?
The computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Understandably so.
Of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test.
All right, comrades.
Ah!
1:23 and 4 seconds. With every decision, they have pulled this reactor back like a slingshot. Now the test begins. The pumps are shut down, and they've let go. Uranium fuel is now unchecked by fresh coolant, unchecked by control rods. In less than a second, reactivity increases.
Yeah, look at that.
A void is being created. Increases reactivity, increases heat, increases reactivity.
That's a very good way to explain it.
Decays away, the power is rising, there's nothing left to stop it.
Nothing left to stop it.
We have a power surge, Sasha.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What did you do?
1:23 and 40 seconds.
Oh, he's crying.
Room of every nuclear reactor in the world, there is a button with one single purpose: to scram or instantly shut down the reaction. In Soviet reactors, that button is called AZ5. All of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped dead. But
we said it together.
What are you waiting for?
This is the moment. This is the moment.
Lies.
About enough for today. Will...
I haven't finished. I still have more evidence to give.
It's not necessary. Your testimony is concluded.
It's not.
Court is now adjourned. We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
Boris!
Let him finish.
We hear one, but we listen to the other. That's what we were talking about earlier. Wow! Boris, you are a man. You are a man.
Dyatlov broke every rule we have. The shutdown system had a fatal flaw. At 1:23:40, Akimov engages AZ5. Drawn control rods begin moving back into the reactor. The tips are made of graphite, which accelerates reactivity.
Why?
That's the question. Why?
Our reactors do not have containment buildings around them, like those in the West. For the same reason, we don't use properly enriched fuel in our cores. We are the only nation that builds water-cooled, graphite-moderated reactors with a positive void coefficient.
Ooh, this is making me emotional.
It's cheaper. The reaction in the core, which had been rising, skyrockets, endlessly accelerating the reaction. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb.
Sorry, I'm smiling. There's nothing to smile about, but the reason why I'm smiling is because I am so happy that there are people in the world that are willing to do what he's doing. Like, that's one of the most dangerous things that you could do in the Soviet Union, if not the most dangerous. Go kind of against the state and show the mistakes that they did. Like, that's so freaking dangerous, and the only reason why I'm smiling is because it had to be done, and I'm happy that he had the guts to do it. Like, you have no idea what that means to me. Like, it's unbelievable.
Chernobyl reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. Control rod and fuel channel caps, which each weigh 350 kilograms, are jumping up and...
Gosh. Yeah.
3 and 44 seconds. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading.
Final reading. Oh, wow.
Operate at 3,200 megawatts. Went beyond 33,000.
Ooh, it's painful even to hear that number.
123.45, explosion. Oxygen rushes in. It combines with hydrogen and superheated graphite.
Whoa. Yeah. It's so freaking scary. So scary.
No one in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator. They didn't know it.
No one, including the men.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
The testimony in Vienna was a lie. And right now there are 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw.
You're treading on dangerous ground.
Dangerous ground right now, because of our secrets and our lies. They're practically what define us. We lie and lie until we can no longer remember it is even there, but it is still there.
Yes, it is.
Lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth.
What
that
a man.
How our BMK reactor core explodes.
What a man you are. I am so grateful for people like him. Thank you for doing what you have done. I know that my words mean nothing, but I'm grateful. Someone has to do it. Wow. My faith in humanity has been restored a little bit. Just a bit, but it's still something. What are we gonna do to him now? Oh gosh, that's scary. Who's gonna walk in the room with him now? Oh, Mickey Mouse. The director of this miniseries did such an excellent job. I want to see something else from him. We know you.
You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists.
What are you going with this?
To curry favor with Kremlin officials. I can do anything I want with you. You're not brave. You're not heroic.
He is brave and he is heroic.
When the bullet hits your skull, what will it matter? Why? The whole world saw you in Vienna. It would be embarrassing to kill you now. Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press. It never happened. No one will talk to you. Other men will receive credit for the things you have done. You'll live long enough to see that.
You know what? Fuck off, because here I am in 2025 watching this mini-series and knowing the truth, so fuck off. Fuck off. We won, not you, bastards. Sorry, I don't want to get political, but fuck off.
What role did Shabina play in this?
He didn't know what I was going to say. She didn't know either.
Curious if you chose this moment to lie.
I would think a man of your experience would know a lie when he hears one.
Ooh, nice answer.
You will not communicate with anyone about Chernobyl ever again.
If I refuse?
Oh.
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen? Oh, that's perfect. They should put that on our money.
Oh wow, oh wow. I am very happy with how the episode is going. Of course, not happy knowing how he actually ended up dying. That's not fair at all. But I'm grateful that he did what he did here. I wonder if that's the last time that we see each other for real.
To be a scientist is to be naive. We are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it. But it is always there, whether we see it or not, whether we choose to or not. The truth doesn't care about our needs or wants. It doesn't care about our governments, our ideologies, our religions. It will lie in wait for all time. And this, at last, is the gift of Chernobyl. Where I once would fear the cost of truth,
This
now
is the
I
take,
only
right?
ask, what is the cost of lies?
Oh. I'm so sorry, that's in Italian. Let me just translate that. Valery Legasov took his own life at age 51, the 26th April 88, exactly 2 years after the explosion of Chernobyl. That's him. That's the actual Legasov, sorry. Sorry. Our like tapes with his memorial were circulating in the communist Soviet scientific community. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to translate. They were made circulate in the Soviet scientific community. Why was that so hard for me? His suicide made sure that they couldn't get ignored. After his death, the Soviet people, the management, whatever, they ended up recognizing the project flaws of the nuclear reactor. Wow, that's what his death did. Reactors were completely reconfigured to make sure that nothing like Chernobyl could happen again. I need to stop. Legasov was helped by tens of scientists that worked next to him, like next to his side at Chernobyl. So I guess that this is something that we haven't quite seen in the series, because here it says that he was helped by tens of scientists, but we didn't see them. So I guess that maybe like for screening reasons, they just included not many. The character of Ulyana Komachuk was created to represent all of them. So okay, Ulyana Komachuk wasn't just like one single person. It represented the stance of scientists. That makes sense that they did that. Yes. Boris died the 22nd August 1990, so he lived an extra 2 years. For their role in the disaster of Chernobyl, those people, they were condemned to 10 years of, oh my gosh, lavori forzati is like when you go kind of, lavori forzati, it's so hard to explain, like kind of concentration camps and stuff. The body of these men was never found. The clothing of the firefighters are still in the, like in underground, the hospital of Priyat. After the death of the husband and the daughter, Lyudmila she had microictuses. So like ictus, I think that you translated as in stroke. Oh, and like the doctor said that she couldn't get pregnant again, but they were wrong. She now lives in Kiev with her son. Out of the people that were looking at the explosion from the bridge of the railway, no one survived. And it's now known as the Bridge of Death. It's crazy. 400 miners worked 24 hours a day for a month. That's what we saw in episode 3, I think. At least 100 of them died before 40 years old. The three people that went in the water, they're still alive. More than 600,000 people had to serve the exclusion zone. Wow. So I guess that my uncle was one of them. It's still prohibited to go back. Yeah, I know that you can visit Chernobyl now, but like, not maybe during the war, but in general you were able to, but not leave. And yes, 2017, the protection thingy to Chernobyl, which I know now has issues. I'm just gonna say it like that. We will never know the real cost of lives in Chernobyl, but we estimate anywhere between 4,000 and 93,000 deaths. The official balance that never changed since 87 is 31. Do you see? Lies again, freaking lies. To the memory of everyone that suffered and sacrificed themselves. Honestly, the only way that I can end this reaction is just with an applause. just an applause. Nothing more, nothing less, just an applause, because this was such a beautiful series. Beautiful as in like it represented everything that happened in a very wonderful way. But of course the events are tragic, like I don't even have to say that out loud. I am happy that they included these things in the end, where they kind of like tell you the truth of some things that maybe were changed for a series, like the character, the tens of scientists, and just in general that they told us what happened to the people afterwards, because let's not forget that this is real. And the reason why I got mad so many times during it is because there was just incredible real stuff happening here. So and you know, like I'm using incredible, of course, like in a negative manner, but everything about this was just mind-blowing. I'm so glad that I got to watch this one, guys. I am so glad. Thank you for watching this one with me. It definitely wasn't easy for me to record, I'm not gonna lie, and you have seen it with me. Like I have cried a lot. Even in this episode I got a little emotional on some parts, but how can you not, right? So yeah, thank you so much for watching this one with me, guys. We can talk about it a little bit, like we can talk about it now in the comments. I can finally go and check out all the comments that you guys have been leaving. I avoided looking at them because I was told that there were spoilers, so I just like kind of stayed clear, but now I'm gonna go check them out. Thank you so much for watching this one with me, and we can talk about it in the comments. Now I just need to go and have like a walk with my dog, because this has been a lot. See you soon, guys. Bye.